So now we're going to sell a membership that has add-ons to it. So for example, like either a husband and a wife, or mom and dad and kids, or what have you, or all signing up for a membership. And since we offer discounts for that, we'll just go through step by step, make sure that we understand how to do that. So I've actually logged in to somebody else's account that has staff settings, not management settings. So that way there's difference between how it'll look for you versus how it would look as a manager or a manager profile. So we log into MindBody. Of course, we go to retail. If they're already a member, then we would enter their name in here, pull them up. If we don't have their information, or I wouldn't say already a member, but if we already have at least some information of theirs and we're logged them into the system as either a prospect or something, we could pull their name up. If it's a current member, for example, like a husband who's going to add his wife and the wife's brand new, then we could pull up the husband's name, here. We want to make sure we add the wife's information as well, adding a client, of course. But we'll assume that we've added their information. So we'll pull up our test client here. So Mr. Butts is already a current member, or we have his information already entered in. And we're going to have, first we'll go ahead and just sell him a membership contract. So we'll scroll all the way down till we find the membership program he wants to join on, and we'll say that it's just going to be a full program, 12-month membership for him. And so today, of course, being the 7th day of the month, we'd want to prorate the amount of time between now and the next contract start for his automatic withdrawal, which is the 15th. So we deselect the Pay Now button for the membership portion. And if you'll notice, you're unable to change any of these settings now, so we can't make an error in any way, shape, or form. The only thing we want to make sure we do is just, we wouldn't have the Pay button selected, so we wouldn't get charged too much. So we come down to commission, and we would select the name, so either your name, if it's a split with somebody else, and you pull their name up in the split, etc. And so we'll add Mr. Butts membership. And first thing we want to do is select the payment method that they're going to be using for the auto payment method. So the card that the monthly membership amount will be coming off of. And so we want to make sure that that's a credit card. If they wanted to say pay cash for today's payment, or check or whatever, or do a split payment, we would zero out the balance for the credit card, or cut it in half, or whatever they want to do. And so, for example, say they're going to do cash for the second payment. You'll see the balance is the full amount. Select cash. So now the automatic payment method is still going to be coming off the credit card that we would have entered in. They can pay today in cash. And so we'd hit save, print receipt. And so we can print a receipt or a cash receipt for Mr. Butts if he wants it. We'll continue without it for now. All right, so we've got Dad, Mr. Butts, has got a membership. So now we're going to add somebody else. And so if we haven't added their information already, then we would go to add new client from this screen, and we could add their info right here. Of course. But we're going to assume that we've already done that. So we're just going to select pay for another client, and then you can look them up. And so we'll just pull up any random person and just keep it quick here. And so we'll just say that he's going to pay for Ashley Acosta. And so now we're going to look up an item. And so now we go to contracts, of course, and he's on a full program, 12-month membership. And so theoretically, we could, if we could add Ashley on as a child into almost anything, but, if it's a child or if it's a wife, whatever it might be, program they're doing. But we're going to assume that Ashley is Mr. Butts' wife, and that he's going to add her on. So instead of he's doing the full program 12-month membership, she'll be the first add-on, of course, and she's going to be an add-on in the striking membership. And so you wouldn't want to select, since Mr. Butts is doing a 12-month membership, we'd have to add her on as a 12-month membership as well. We wouldn't want to select her as a 24-month membership and him as a 12. just to keep it so that they're always going to be in the same contract length. So if he were month to month, then she would be month to month, etc. So we'd add her. You can see now again it defaults to 915. We'd select prorate. We would deselect the pay now button. And again, you can see they can't really make any alterations, and you would select again your name or a split recipient, of course. There's no enrollment fee. It's already set. So we would just add the item. And then select the automatic payment method. Since Mr. Butts will be paying for it off of the credit card, of course. And then again, if they wanted to pay cash for today's payment, that's okay. We could just do it. The remaining balance is cash. We hit save and print receipt, and then we'd have her set all the way set as a new member that's paid for by Mr. Butts.